Here's Lake Barlow. You can see today. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, not too much. There we go. So you can see today, if we look at tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the wind is really light. And if it says, 2 or 3 miles an hour on windy, it's like going to be nothing. So there's going to be very little wind, which means we can do quite a few little bits and bobs in the morning. And by 10 o'clock, it's starting to get nice and warm. Actually, this is quite nice. It's going to be a nice day. And then hopefully, if we can get down to the bottom of the lake by 1 o'clock, then we're starting to see a nice southwesterly breeze coming all the way up this way. And this is perfect weather to test our new jib stick, and also to test the spinnaker with any luck. We'll see. We'll see if we get to that point. I've got the string on. It keeps you straight, even motoring now. The first time I've tried it motoring, but if I'm stood on this side of the boat, I should make the boat move over there. So I'm just going to get the boat to come round, and we're going to see if we can aim it down the lake. What it definitely does is what it actually is, a tamer. So normally, let's just get us straight here down the lake. There we go. We're just not going to go into Marker D. And then if we just get her level, but you can see if I go this side, we start to turn that way. If I go this side, it turns that way. So you do have to be careful. Well, look, I've not touched the tiller now for a few seconds. And look, I can go up front, sort something out. If we're not steering properly, I can just do that. This is quite well balanced. I just need to tighten this up a tickle. You can see I've still not touched the tiller. And look, we're still relatively doing the same path. Let's just get that tightened up. We need those for a little bit, or at all today. So cool. Time to do some selfie photography. I've always dreamt of doing this on my own boat, just sailing right up at the front. Almost like having your own drone. So I've got the halyard attached, I've got the starboard sheet attached, and I've actually, we won't be able to see on the camera, but I've actually led them back and put them around the main sheet horse traveller thing I've got at the back here. So I'm just going to do this with the port one now, making sure the lines are outside everything. Leading them all the way back, and then I'm just popping it round the horse traveller. So partly because I've got so much line here, I don't know what to do with it, so much sheet here should I say, partly because it feels right to just have it, whoopsie, looped behind something like that and then led forward. We've got everything ready. we've got some kind of control over them. Jibs away. The only thing I don't like is the fact that we're beam on to the wind. So I'm going to use the rudder to just get at the wind behind us, which should help us. Yep, we're coming about. And then there's my 2 lines. And now we're going to raise the halyard, and here goes nothing. Oh, I didn't clip the... Well, there's a bummer. First mistake. I didn't clip the port thing in. It's here. How annoying. This is where an autopilot would be useful. Right, let's go now. Okay. Okay, mistake number 2. This needs to be round the other side of the jib. Okay, we're getting there. Do a little bit of steering again. Let's get us on that tack. Right. Try again. Whoa! Right, so let's get that tied off. That was incredible, the power of that then. So we're nowhere near flying this high enough. So we need to get back on this tack this way. Now you notice I'm not using any stick at the moment. Normally we'd need the stick on this side. Oh, and I've got the line caught in the jib line there, so we're not perfect. But I do believe that is a spinnaker flying. So let's try and see if we can try and control the spinnaker a little. So I need to release that, pull this, that's it. That's what we want, there we go. What? Are we losing the wind? There we go. We're just, this is why you need a stick. Okay, let's loosen that off just for a minute. There we go, right. And let's come about a little. Okay, we're gonna, I don't know why, we just had the wind on the wrong, there we go. I think we were just on the wrong tack there. Whoops. Right, there we go. Let's bring it down now. We need it higher. So let's get it higher. There we go. So we've got the wind right behind us by the looks of it now, and it's pulling us along at 3 miles an hour. Now, the first thing I think is these lines are just going too high up. Now let's just see what happens if we go this way and pull the spinnaker, that's it, over that side. There we go. There we go. We're going so fast that because I've not brought the propeller up, the propeller's doing the regeneration thing. So we'd actually get a few more mile an hour out. So I'm going to cleat that. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to try and get this pole in some way. There we go. So we're just going to put it on there. We're going to bring the boat about. There we go. The wind has changed. You can see what's happened. The wind has just changed. So we're just going to wait for it to change back. It's just come from over there. Okay, let's move over. So, I don't know what I'm doing. As you can see. Let's move this, because this is not working. Let's move that and get it onto the end of here. I think that's one problem. Okay, there we go. Get back on that tack. And then that's it, there we go. Right. And there we go. Pull that a bit. We're getting a little bit stuck. I think one of my problems is that the sail is a bit high. Let's release that side a little. Because I don't think this is doing us any favours at all, having this stuck behind the jib. And I'm also going to try and get the engine out in a minute, because the engine's going to be, there we go, oh there we go, oh gosh, I felt that. Yeah, we need to have the stick on the other tack for sure, actually, don't we? Because if we were on this tack, the main would be coming out this way. Oh no, that's right. And then this stick will be that way. So it's come a little bit less stable since I've loosened that off. So if I've loosened that off, maybe we just need to tighten this off a tickle, like that. Okay, I'm going to try and get this blooming engine out of the water. Right, there we go. What I don't like is the line here is rubbing against the jib now, which is not great. So I'm tightening this side up again and just loosening this again. There you go, you can just pay it out yourself. Oh wow, so if you let it go fully, look at that. And now it's actually not high enough, is it? Actually. So we're kind of halfway between where we were at the top and where we just were. There we go. Wow, we have actually just had a kick in speed. We're up to 3.6. I'm just gonna see what happens again if I just tighten this a little. Whoopsie. Hang on. That's it. Just it brings that hole around. Wow. Then if you could hear the water, we're doing 4.5 miles an hour. And remember, this is on Spinnaker on its own. Now, when I get a little bit more experience, I'm going to hopefully be able to, you know, have the main up as well. But I just think the conditions got a little bit leery. And the other thing that we haven't done is we haven't got a down or an up haul for the Spinnaker pole to keep that, you know, at 90 degrees. We'll be beating wayfarers soon. Do you know what I've noticed with boating? It's because, I don't know, it's just this thing about you just don't want to capsize, and if you make a mistake, it's a bit bigger than falling off a bike, isn't it? But you try something new and you are like this, oh my god, don't do it, you know, and you almost have to kind of force yourself a little bit to do these things. And then suddenly after, I don't know, it could be 10 minutes, it could be a couple of weeks, it all feels pretty normal. You know? That's a spinnaker and it's flying. And I'm a novice. You know, I'm not Mr. Yeah, I'm not Mr. Spinnaker by any means, but that spinnaker's flying and it's pulling us along at between 3.5 and 4 miles an hour. Go down there for now. There we go. And for now, I'm just going to pack it any way I can because it did get a little bit wet. I mean, I watch so many people online and they're always going on about getting their spinnaker wet, and they, you know, so I don't feel any failure for getting my spinnaker a bit wet. Whoa! The big wave just went through. The road wave. There we go. And there we go. Look, we're completely packed up. I'm pretty pleased with that. I think that's brilliant. So since I've done this video, I've learned a lot more about spinnakers and actually had a lot of help from people too. The first thing I wanted to show you on this picture was not to worry about how high the spinnaker's flying. In fact, it should fly a lot higher than you realise. So the next time I fly it, I'm going to pull that halyard right to the top and let the spinnaker fly. The next thing I'm not going to worry so much about is the pole. What I didn't realise was I had my spinnaker pole in the wrong direction for the wind. In the last video, and I think I do point it out in the video, the spinnaker pole should have been on the other side of the boat. So it's opening the sail out where the wind is going to kind of enter it. So that's one other thing that I need to do. And I think in my sort of mad panic, you know, you forget to do little things like that. And the other thing is to pay attention to that stick. I think I need to install the uphaul and the downhaul to try and keep the stick not only at 90 degrees to the water, but also to make sure, you know, it's sticking right out and pushing the sail right out. You can see on here, it probably doesn't matter so much if the stick's going up at an angle, as you can see in this picture, but you do need those up and down hauls to control the stick a little bit better. The other thing I don't want to worry too much about is where the sheets go. So I was thinking that maybe the sheets need to go through some fair leads which sort of pull the sail, tack and clew down a little bit. If you look at these photos, indeed these boats do have little fair leads that sort of bring the sheets down and kind of put some tension in that sail. So I think I need to have a little look at trying that as well on the Lugger. And of course, the last thing is not to panic. I made a mistake not having my tiller tamer on. I don't know why I did that, but there we go. You know, don't panic. Raise the spinnaker in your own time. It's fine. You know, use a tiller tamer or tiller pilot if you've got one. You know, that will give, you know, that will take away having to steer the boat. And actually also respect that you're doing it on your own. Raising a symmetrical spinnaker is not easy on your own at the best of times. So, you know, you should be proud if you can get a spinnaker flying at all on your own on a dinghy. You know, you should be proud. So there's loads of stuff to think about. loads of things to practice, and you know, we'll be back very soon with another Spinnaker video, hopefully, that will show you me doing the job much better.